My name's Andrew. I've been working with iMIS for about 10 years now. Initially, I was on the non-for-profit side and I worked managing their iMIS system. And then more recently, I've been with Zentso, where I help support organizations and associations like you. And today I'm going to demo our product Analyticz. So what is Zentso Analyticz? Analyticz is a web-based tool built specifically for iMIS. Most membership organizations use generic tools like Google Analytics or Adobe Analytics. These show page views, sessions, and traffic sources, but every visitor is anonymous. You're left trying to match generic stats to real activity with no easy way to connect the dots. Two problems come up again and again when using these platforms. First, there's no visibility on members who browse but don't convert. Without knowing who is viewing your event, your product, or your publication pages, you can't identify who has dropped off or who to follow up. Secondly, there's no early warning systems for disengaged members. Membership teams typically only find out a member is disengaged when they don't renew. Web behavior is almost always ignored. So how can Zentso Analytics solve this? Analytics links every web visit directly to a member donor record in iMIS, giving you meaningful, actionable insight rather than anonymous numbers. You can know exactly who is visiting your site and what they're looking at. Every page visit is linked to a real member profile, not just an IP address. It also tracks how long they were on that particular page as well. You can recover lost event registrations and product sales. The drop-off feature shows members who viewed your page but didn't complete an action. So you can put steps in place to bring them back to that action. You can spot disengaged members before they lapse. Year-on-year trend data breakdowns by member type lets you see which segments of your data are becoming less active, giving you a head start in retention. And you can get an in-depth understanding of individual members. When you go to a member profile, you can see what page that particular member is visiting, how long they're spending on those pages, and you can see you can then personalize your communication, and this can help you support conversations with them. One of the things that sets Zentso Analytics apart is it is displayed natively within iMIS. There's no need to jump into a separate website to remember another login for Google Analytics or whatever it is. Everything is right there within your existing iMIS ecosystem. This also means that data can easily be used in IQAs, in reports, so it slots straight into your existing workflows. On the dashboard, at a glance, it gives you a snapshot of some key metrics, including average page render times, how long are the pages on your front-end website taking to load, total page visits over the last 30 days, average read times. It's no use knowing that 10,000 people went to your site if they only spent 5 seconds on it. This actually shows you how long people spend on your site. You can also see things like average read time by device. So this is another tab which allows you to see which devices are actually accessing your website. This allows you to tailor your website for certain devices. If you find mobiles are looking at your site more, you can focus in on the mobile view of your site, or what the most popular pages are in the last 7 days, helping you understand what content is actually resonating with most of your members. Now let's take a closer look at some examples of what Analytics can track. So Analytics tracks trends. It tells you where in the world people are actually accessing your site from and when they last accessed and how many people within that particular region are accessing your site. This can also be displayed on a map, so you can actually overlay this onto a map and see where in the world people are connecting to your site. Event drop-offs. Every time a member goes to an event page on your front-end site, it's logged against that member and a counter is counted up. This means you could easily send an email to all members who have gone to an event page but have not registered and follow them up about the event. Give them a reminder. It also tracks membership and gifts and products. So anything that's in your shopping cart is tracked. If somebody goes to your shopping cart, looks at a gift and thinks about it, but they don't actually click through and buy it, you can then send a follow-up email to them and you know who they are and what they looked at. All this information is also displayed on the member profile. So on the actual member profile, when you go to contact a member, you can first see what pages are they looking at. When did they last log into your site? What's piquing their interest at the moment? What's the last event they registered for? All this sort of information. So when you then contact them, you can tailor your communications to that person. Zentso Analyticz also slots right into iMIS engagement scoring. So you can now have an engagement score that tracks how engaged a member is with your site. You can set different levels. If they get 17 hits, they become a web engaged, or if they've only just come to your site, they can become a web ambassador. You can tailor all the names for that. And then this can then be displayed on an actual contact profile as an engagement score as well. So now I'm just going to show you how quickly data actually updates. So we've got two pages here. On the left-hand side, I'm logged into our iMIS test system as Mrs. Teresa Spain. And on the right-hand side, I'm logged into the staff site as Brian. And you can see this is on the Analyticz page. It's got my dashboard and everything. And if I look at Miss Teresa Spain under the event drop-offs, you can see it's annual. You can see the event pages she's looked at and the number of times she's actually opened that. So what I'm going to do on the side here is I'm going to go to a new event, which let's go with the Christmas 2024 conference in London. And as soon as Teresa Spain goes to this event page, she doesn't actually have to register or anything. It will update on the staff site and it will show you my internet connection gets going. So you can sit on this page, think about registering for this event, but may not actually register. If that's the case, then you can see that in your dashboard straight away. So you can see the Christmas conference has come up. You can see the date the person looked at it, and you can, if I then refresh a page, so look at it again, come back the next day, the counter will also count up. So you can see it happens in real time. The advantage of this is if you've got an event coming up, you can send a prompt-in email to everyone who has gone to that page in the last couple of months but hasn't registered. So you can really tailor down your email marketing to the people that are more likely to actually come along to your event. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the shop as well. So I've got the shop open as well, just to show you how this works. So again, if I go to Miss Teresa Spain, you can see she's looked at a few of the products on here, but if I choose a product that she hasn't looked at, let's go for conference proceedings, and she selects into that product to read a bit more about it, then it'll update the counter, update the page views for this particular record as well. So all this data is collected in real time and sits on your site, and it's all natively within iMIS. And it's not anonymous data. It does also track anonymous members as well, but the main part is when you can actually see what your members are doing on your site. So why choose Zentso Analyticz? With Zentso Analyticz, you can turn Anonymous website traffic into real member insights. Generic analytic tools tells you how many people visited a page. Zentso Analytics, by comparison, tells you who visited your site and what pages they spent time on. You can stop losing revenue quietly. Every time a member browses an event or a product page on your site and leaves without converting, that's revenue walking out the door. And without Zentso Analytics, you've never even known it's happened. With Zentso Analytics, you know it happens and you can chase them up and you can follow up with a discount code, for example. You can get ahead of member retention. By the time a member doesn't renew, it's too late. Web engagement is one of the earliest and most reliable signs of a member drifting away, and Zentso Analytics tracks it continually. You can also make smarter decisions. You can connect data to iMIS and see the bigger picture with richer data and make confident data-driven decisions. The possibilities with this data is virtually endless. Imagine being able to email every member who has shown interest in a product or gift with a personalized discount code to nudge them towards a purchase. Or picture presenting your CEO with a real-time report that shows at a glance exactly how engaged your members are actually with your website. You could even identify members who are at risk of disengaging and reach out to them before you lose their interest. And this is just the beginning of what is possible within analytics. If you'd like to hear more, please get in touch with a member of our team and we'll reach out to book a short call with you and discuss your current steps and challenges. We can also organize a demo of Zentso Analytics or any of our other products at Zentso.